we ready? Let's take a drink of water. Hey friends, it's Jara. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So today I'm filming a video talking about a cleanse that me and Richard have been on for a month now. Last week was our last week of the cleanse. We did 4 weeks of this cleanse. And a lot of people were asking me questions about it on Instagram and stuff. So I wanted to just film a video kind of going over, you know, all the steps of it, our results, oh no, it's not a fly. It just landed on me. It's so annoying. And what we would recommend, kind of our whole experience, and kind of the health journey that we've been on with this. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching. So I actually tried to film this video last week and the week before, but I was just struggling with it. I don't know what my issue was, but there was issues with my camera, not recording it fully, and then I didn't feel like refilming it or editing it, and it didn't have all the information that I wanted. So I'm gonna try today to film it again. I just got home from work, so I didn't have to, you know, get ready or anything. So I think I feel pretty good to get through this fully. And I also made a little list about everything I want to talk about. So let's get into it. First, I want to explain why we decided to go on the cleanse. We decided to go on the cleanse because this is actually something my sister and brother-in-law did, and they had such amazing results. We're feeling so much better, and they really encouraged us to try it. One of the reasons that we decided to go on the cleanse is because we've been wanting to focus on our health ever since we got married, but it just felt like, you know, we weren't figuring out the right steps, or we weren't figuring out what was going to help us feel our best, and this seemed to really work for them. And so we were like, okay, I guess we'll try it then. Another reason we decided to do this was because some of the information we got on the cleanse talks about how much our gut affects our brain and vice versa. So I was just gonna read a little bit about the information here so you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. And I didn't know about any of this, by the way, about how much our gut affects our brain until this cleanse. So maybe people already know this, but I didn't know this. I'm just gonna read a little bit that I highlighted. When you affect the gut, you will affect the brain, and when you affect the brain, you affect the gut. You cannot separate the two, they are completely intertwined. So if we want healthy brain health, then the way we start to get that is by working on our gut health. I'm probably gonna say some of these words wrong because it's scientific kind of, and I'm not the best with this, but I'm gonna try my best. But the gut and the brain are connected through the neurological system. The gut is lined with the intrinsic nervous system from the mouth to your bottom. This has more nerve endings than your entire spinal cord. This is directly connected to the brain via the vagus nerve. When things happen in your gut, 80% of your immune system lives in your gut. I did not know that. And 90 to 95% of serotonin is made within the gut, not the brain. Only 5 to 10% is produced in the brain. And that is your happy hormone, I think they call it. Serotonin is that happy feeling. 95% of it comes from your stomach. Who knew that? Not me. And then 50% of, I think it's called dopamine, is produced in the gut. This is the neurotransmitter that gives us motivation and drive. It's the reward system. So I didn't know all of that until my sister shared that with me and my husband. And I have struggled with anxiety and depression since I was 14 years old. So it's 7 years of struggling with that. And hearing all of this and learning how much what you eat can also affect those things. It can cause anxiety, can cause depression, can cause all these things. I was like, why don't I try this, and maybe it could also help my mental health, not only my gut health and my body, but also help my mind. So that was another reason why I wanted to try this. So another reason that we wanted to do the cleanse was because it can help you lose some weight. I want to be careful when talking about weight loss because I know that can be a trigger for some people, and I have struggled with body image issues for a very long time as well. Since I was, like 12 years old, I've struggled with body image issues. I've also struggled with like body dysmorphia. I've struggled with insecurity in general, like most of us do, but I've also been like weight obsessed at some points. So my whole like body health journey has been hard for me, and because I have fluctuated in my weight in the past 2 years, I gained about 20 to 30 pounds, which was hard for me because I was at the same weight for a very long time. I wonder if I should talk about my weight like this, the number. I want to be realistic with people, but I also want this to be a safe place. So I'm just going to mention it then. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be realistic because I know a lot of times when people talk about weight loss and stuff, they're, bringing up very small numbers. And I was always like, I'm never going to be that weight. But everyone's different, and I'll just talk about my personal experience. Because growing up, I was always very skinny. In middle school, I started to gain weight naturally because of puberty and everything. I only weighed like 115 pounds. I'm also a tall girl, so that was about normal for me. And then throughout high school, I fluctuated from about 120 to 135 or so. And then once I graduated, I stayed at 140 to 145 for years. Then once COVID happened, I had a lot of big changes going on in my life, a lot of stress, a lot of adjustments in my life. And from 2020 to now, I weighed about 170 now, previously to this cleanse. So I have struggled with my weight a long time, body image issues, all of those things, something I struggle with. So if you struggle with those things, you are not alone. And this cleanse is not a weight loss regimen or anything like that. It's just pretty much cleansing out your stomach, and from that, a lot of people do lose weight. But once I started this cleanse, I, was trying not to focus too much on my weight because I easily become obsessed with that. But I did lose 14 pounds total. So now I'm down to about 156, which I'm happy. My goal would be to be a healthy like 150 to 145 again, but I'm not gonna obsess over that, and that's not really my goal. My main goal is just to take care of myself, be healthy, pay attention to what I'm feeding myself and all of those things, and I think that cleanse has really taught me that. Something else I've struggled with is learning how to have meals and take care of myself in like a nutritional way that's healthy. I've mentioned this previously in some of my videos, but I'm a vegetarian, and I've been vegetarian for 7 years now. It's kind of crazy, it's been that fast. But I think some people sometimes assume if you're a vegetarian or vegan, that means like you're very healthy. But that hasn't been the case for me. My main reason for being vegetarian is ethical reasons with like factory farming and things like that. So all these years, I haven't really learned how to fully nourish my body and take care of myself and have healthy recipes and stuff like that. And I don't feel like I have until now, which is crazy. Just from doing a cleanse for 4 weeks, I feel like my eyes have been really open to a lot of stuff, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, that's kind of like an overview of why I wanted to start this, kind of my journey with my body image and stuff like that. So that I'm just gonna kind of tell you what we did with the cleanse and what was the, layout, I guess, or the outline of it all, and what we followed and how it was. Originally, I really wanted to film this whole journey and show all the recipes that we did and a weekly update, but honestly, it's just been a really hectic. I started a new job, so I'm working 2 jobs right now, and this month has just been crazy, so I didn't film, sadly, but I'm gonna kind of tell you how it was for us and some of the recipes and stuff that we did. So, week 1, you eat only fruits and vegetables. Fruits and veggies should be a mixture of raw, steamed, or grilled. No iceberg lettuce, this has no nutritional value. And you could also have broiled, that's the word, broiled, or baked fish. It's allowed 3 times during that week. I don't eat fish, so I didn't have that, but my husband, Richard, he ate some fish. Week 2, eat only fruits, vegetables, and grilled or baked meats. Obviously, again, I only ate fruits and vegetables. And then, that was week 2 and 3, same rules. And then week 4, eat only fruits, vegetables, grilled or baked meats, and beans. It's, this whole cleanse has like a very strict layout of rules and rules and rules about it. So it was very difficult. You can't have caffeine either. I didn't have my coffee either, which was hard for me because I was definitely dependent on caffeine. You also so you can't even have green tea because that has caffeine. You can only have teas and things that are caffeine free. So no sugars either. You can only have natural sugars in your fruit. You can't even have honey. No natural sugars like that. You can't have rice, you can't have oats, you can't have any type of grain. You can't have corn because that's a grain. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot. But one thing that I did have that really helped me, I wish I had some with me to show you, but I'll pop up some pictures of them instead. I didn't get any this week because we're off the cleanse now, but I love them and I definitely will buy them again. But probiotic drinks, I'm personally not a big fan of kombucha. Some people love kombucha, but it's just too strong of a flavor for me. So instead I just got like sparkling probiotics that are kind of a alternative to kombucha. I loved the Kavita pomegranate one, so good. And then I loved this other brand, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'll pop it up here. And I also love their mission, by the way. Not sponsored or anything, but I read the side of the can and I was like very inspired by their story, so I really love this brand. They're at Target and Whole Foods. But I love the strawberry lime flavor with them. So the probiotic drinks also aid and help, relining your gut with healthy bacteria and all that stuff. So those were really good. First week, very difficult, very, very difficult. You have cravings. You are used to being able to have potato chips or something salty or crunchy, or you have all these cravings. Really, really hard first week. Second week, still pretty hard, started to get a little bit easier, and then I think the third and fourth week it was just kind of the norm, so we were adjusting pretty well. Some of the main things that we would cook would be a harvest soup that I have posted a few times on my Instagram from this girl on Instagram. Her username is PlantU. I love her page. She's all plant-based and vegan and provides really easy, helpful videos, so you have to check her out because she was a big help to me during this cleanse. But we used one of her recipes where you did all roasted veggies, like a big thing of roasted veggies, put them in the oven, roast them, get them nice and cooked thoroughly, and then you blend them together and create a delicious soup that I love. That's going to be in our regular go-to meals even now after the cleanse, which I'm excited to eat it with bread because you can't have bread during the cleanse either. Then another one that we did was roasted veggies, asparagus, carrots, and zucchini, and then we did mashed potatoes with it. That was super good. What else did we do? The meals were hard, I'm not gonna lie to you, because even when you look up plant-based meals, they're gonna have rice in them, they're gonna have quinoa in them, or a noodle or something, and you can't have any of that. You can't even have flour, you can't have nuts. That was hard for me because I love peanut butter, and that's one of my favorite snacks, apples and peanut butter and stuff like that. You can't have that either. Also can't have dairy, so only coconut milk, because you can't even have almond milk or oat milk because it's grains and nuts. So that was hard, but at least you could have coconut milk. We did have a good amount of smoothies, protein shakes, vegan protein shakes. What else? Can't have soy, so no tofu, because that's soybean. You can't have chickpeas either because chickpeas a bean, and I didn't know that, so I did have chickpeas, but you're not supposed to do that. It's hard. I don't have a ton of recipes, honestly, because a lot of it was repeat. Some of our favorite snacks that became go-tos were this one brand. I'll see if I can find it online, but it's cassava flour pretzels, which cassava is a vegetable root, so I could have those, and those were really yummy. And then we also had I think it was cassava or cauliflower chips, which I could have, so I did have those as a snack with salsa, and that was really good. I did have hummus, even though I wasn't supposed to, because I didn't know chickpea was a bean. I don't know if that's only me, I don't know what I thought it was, and I'm not gonna say we were 100% strict, because we were not. We definitely, if we had cheat days or cheat meals when we had to eat and we didn't have access, we weren't at home and we had to, we did cheat, but it was like a healthy cheat. We always tried to be healthy, didn't get junk food, nothing like that, and tried our best to stay healthy even if we weren't following every single rule. So I think that's kind of the outline of it. I'll put some more info on it below. The name of it is just called a bowel cleanse protocol. And really we got this cleanse just from my sister, who went to like a holistic physician who recommended them getting on this. Oh, so I need to talk about the results. Oh my gosh, okay. We've had some amazing results. So I'm not just talking about the weight loss like I've mentioned. My husband lost, how much now? 12 or 13 pounds, and I had lost 14. But besides that, some of the things that we noticed, I noticed pretty much during the first week right away, when I would eat and I was full, I didn't feel that heavy, gross feeling of like, ugh, I shouldn't have ate all that. My stomach hurts now, like I'm having to digest this food and I feel awful. Don't have that anymore at all now. Unless I, since we're off the cleanse now, if I eat something in a restaurant and I'm like, I shouldn't have ate that, there's that feeling again. No bloating hardly at all. Naturally our bodies do move throughout the day, move for the food, you have to move around your organs and everything during the day, but that's like a natural bloating. It wasn't like that heavy feeling, if you know what I mean, when you eat all day and you're like, I feel like crap and my belly's all bloated now and I feel heavy, and none of that during this cleanse. Felt so much like just lighter and didn't wake up bloated in the morning, because those things aren't normal. It's normal to have your body move during the day for your food, but it's not normal to like wake up the next day and you're still bloated and still feeling awful in your stomach. That's not normal. You don't have a healthy gut then. So that was a big thing. I went down a whole pant size, and even in some of my jeans, I can go down 2 pant sizes now, which is kind of crazy. Richard has always struggled with migraines, and before the cleanse, he would have headaches like every single day. That's how chronic his migraines were. But during the cleanse, I think overall, he only had a headache maybe once or twice a week, which is not bad at all compared to how much he used to struggle with it, for sure. And continuing to work on that by having a healthier, diet. My anxiety, I still struggle with anxiety, I'm not gonna lie to you. It hasn't just magically disappeared. But I think during the cleanse, I have felt a lot better in my health. My mind hasn't felt as clouded, or I haven't struggled with my depression as much this month, which is awesome, thank God. So that was a big plus. I think those are the main big results I can say right now. Also, when you buy pretty much all fruits and veggies, your groceries are also cheaper depending on where you buy them. We started going to a local farmer who's organic that we love him, and he would only charge us $1 a pound for veggies, which was awesome. Then we go to Aldi's as our go-to, and whatever they don't have at Aldi's, we get at Walmart. But we stuck to $90 a week for groceries, and some days we went way under that, some weeks and then sometimes it'd be right at it or a little bit over. It just depended on what we were cooking. I think what I learned, a big thing from this cleanse, is I really look at our ingredients now in our food. For sure, we both do, and we're much more health conscious. And honestly, now I'm pretty much vegan because I don't want cheese in my diet much. I'm doing vegan cheese now just because it really upsets my stomach now when I have it after this cleanse. It has not felt good to me, and we're pretty much sticking to a primarily plant-based diet during the week. Richard still has chicken and stuff, but majority of our meals are going to be veggies. And then on the weekends we might eat out or have, restaurant food, Mexican food, something like that. But our main goal is to focus on nutritional food that's going to help us feel good and nourish our bodies. And I feel now I feel a little bit more equipped to do that, because even though I was a vegetarian for 7 years, I didn't feel like I understood the recipes. I didn't feel like I had these ideas. And now that we're off the cleanse, I'm there's so many options. I follow a lot of different plant-based creators now on Instagram and TikTok that have easy tutorials that I always save and make them. I made vegan nachos yesterday, that were so good. That was beans and red bell peppers and a vegan cheese that was actually really good, like sauce that I made out of vegetables, and tomatoes and all this yummy stuff. And I just feel way more equipped now. Like I feel very empowered and so excited to, change our lifestyle to this more healthy and intentional and just very aware like lifestyle of what we're consuming into our bodies. So I think that's kind of wrapping up on the cleanse part. I do have one other thing that I want to talk about relating to my health. That's been kind of a big adjustment lately. I'm not sure what words get demonetized by YouTube, but I'm pretty much going to be talking about my cycle, some girl talk a little bit. But I have been on hormonal birth control pills for about 5 years now. 5 or 6 years. I think 6 years now. That's a long time. Wow. And something that I've realized is I want to take care of my body and my health in all different aspects of my life. And I feel like I was originally put on birth control pill because I struggled so much with a heavy flow and a very painful cycle every month. And what's frustrating to me is that whenever I went and told my gynecologist this, she just put me on birth control. She didn't explore options. She didn't do any tests to find out what was the root cause of that, because I didn't know this, but if you have like very painful cycles where you can't even get up to go to school or go to work, that's not normal. And that's showing you that there's like a root issue that needs to be addressed, and that was never addressed for me. So I've been on that pill for this long. Also, going into marriage, it's scary to figure out your birth control or contraceptive, method that you're going to do. For us, we're not ready to have a baby yet unless, that's God's will. But we'd like to wait a couple years or so until, we're fully settled and financially stable, and to enjoy being like newlyweds and be able to fully focus on Cove as much as we can before we're ready to, have our baby, unless God has other plans, like I said. But anyway, so switching to a different contraceptive method has been very scary for me. But as I have learned more about fertility awareness, I was very interested. This is also something my sister recommended. Jen is just pulling through in this video. I'm mentioning her a lot. I'll link her Instagram below if you'd like to follow her. She's also a creator and shares lots of like Christian content, and also shares like fertility awareness, things like that, which it's great info. But she started doing this. I think she's been doing fertility awareness over a year now, since her and her husband got married. And I wasn't never taught this either. I just seem like very uneducated in this video. But I was never taught about, during your cycle, how you have only certain times of where you are fertile enough to conceive. I was never taught that. Not in school at all. So pretty much, I'm not fully educated on it yet either. I'm just starting out. But pretty much there's only certain times of your month. I think it's like a certain week where you actually are able to conceive. So let me go grab my daisy real quick. It's called the daisy, and I want to show you. Okay, hold on. So the company that I have started working with is called the Daisy. There we go. Coda is jingling. Pretty much this is a little device where every morning, Coda bear, you itchy? Coda bear. This is a device where every morning, right when you wake up, before you get up or walk around, you take off the cover and you put it in your mouth to take your temperature every month. You like push the button, does a little swirly swirl, put it in and click it again, and it takes your temperature for about a minute. And then on your app, I can't show you because I'm using my phone to film, it's going to track your cycle based on your temperature, which is really cool. I'm not sure the exact science behind this, But as I keep learning on this journey, I'll definitely post updates on how it's going for me and everything. But then it has little lights here. Let me show you. They're like a little guide. So there's going to be all these different lights. Every morning when you take it, it should show you one of these lights. If it's red, that means you're fertile, so make sure to use a contraceptive. If it's green, it means you're not fertile, so you're okay to not use a contraceptive. And then mine has been in the yellow phase, because whenever you first get it, until you have your first cycle, it's going to be yellow because it's still learning your body. So I haven't had my first cycle after I've gotten off birth control yet, which is understandable since I haven't had a natural cycle in like 6 years. But once I do start my cycle, I'm gonna add it into my app and it's gonna start tracking from there. So it has all of these different guidelines and it comes with all of this info. It's great, and you can like come with me on this journey. I'll definitely post updates about how it's going for me and everything. I'm just very excited to take a more natural approach with my cycle and learn more about myself and my body and my cycle, because I want to protect my fertility as much as possible. And I'm tired of having to, take hormones every day to try to regulate my cycle and not getting to the root of issues or whatever may be causing, my struggles through my cycle. But anyway, I will also link the website below for the daisy. Okay, I think we're good. I've been filming for 35 minutes. That's a long video to edit. Don't know why my hand's like this. Well, I think that's the end of this video, you guys. I know it was probably pretty long. I'm gonna try to edit where it's not so long, but I miss you guys and I hope, everyone's doing good. Comment below what other videos you'd like to see, either lifestyle or faith videos. I definitely haven't posted a faith video in a little while, so I need to. I think I might be posting a reaction video to my testimony, since it's been 2 years ago this month since I posted it. That is so crazy to me. And that's where a lot of you guys found me from, was my testimonies. So if that's what brought you here, I'm so grateful to have you. I'm grateful to have all of you guys here on this channel with me. Your support and love and just subscribing and liking my videos or commenting means more to me than you ever know. YouTube is my dream. This is my dream job. This is what I want to pursue. And so you being here with me on my channel supports, my journey and where I want to end up. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.